Born into Roman nobility, Marcus Aurelius's early life was marked by a rigorous education. On the 26th of April, 121 CE, in the heart of Rome, a future philosopher-king took his first breath. Marcus Aurelius was the scion of a prominent Roman family, born into a world of privilege and responsibility. His education was nothing short of comprehensive. He was tutored by the finest minds of his era, immersed in studies ranging from rhetoric to philosophy, from law to military tactics. This intellectual foundation would become the bedrock of his Stoic philosophy, shaping his reign and his writings. In a turn of fate that would shape the course of his life, Marcus was adopted by Emperor Antoninus Pius. This adoption, more than just a familial bond, was a carefully orchestrated political move. It set Marcus on a path to the throne, a journey he undertook with the wisdom and knowledge instilled in him by his early years of rigorous education. As he ascended to the throne, Marcus Aurelius was fully prepared, having been groomed for leadership from a young age. In 161 CE, Marcus Aurelius began his reign, marking the start of a new era for the Roman Empire. Rising to the throne, his ascension was not solitary, as he shared the mantle of leadership with Lucius Verus. This co-rule was a unique arrangement, a testament perhaps to Marcus Aurelius's inclination towards shared wisdom and the distribution of power. During their reign, the empire was not without its challenges. One of the most notable was the Parthian War, a conflict that tested their leadership and strategic abilities. The war, waged on the eastern frontiers, was a struggle for control and dominance, a clash of powers between the mighty Romans and the resilient Parthians. Yet, through this turmoil, Marcus Aurelius proved himself to be not just a ruler, but a philosopher-king. His governance was not solely based on military might, but on wisdom, prudence, and a deep understanding of the human condition. Despite the challenges, Marcus Aurelius's reign was marked by wisdom and prudent governance. Marcus Aurelius wasn't just a ruler, he was a philosopher who embraced Stoicism. This Roman emperor, known for his wisdom, was deeply influenced by the Stoic philosophy, which became a guiding principle of his life and rule. Stoicism, a school of Hellenistic philosophy, is centered on personal ethics informed by its system of logic and views on the natural world. It teaches the development of self-control and fortitude as a means to overcome destructive emotions. Stoicism doesn't seek to extinguish emotions entirely, but rather to transform them by a resolute asceticism, which enables a person to develop clear judgment, inner calm, and freedom from suffering. Marcus Aurelius's philosophical beliefs are most notably captured in his personal writings, collectively known as meditations. These are not merely philosophical musings, but are deeply personal reflections on how to live a good and meaningful life, providing a fascinating insight into the mind of a Roman emperor. In Meditations, Aurelius contemplates the nature of the universe, the transient nature of all things, and the importance of focusing on the present moment. He reminds himself to remain detached from trivialities and to approach life with a sense of duty and seriousness. The Stoic principle of accepting things as they are and focusing on what one can control is a recurring theme in his writings. Aurelius's Stoic philosophy also significantly influenced his rule. He believed in leading by example and in the importance of virtue and wisdom over wealth and power. He endeavored to rule with integrity and justice, focusing on the common good rather than personal gain. Despite the challenges he faced, including war, plague, and personal loss, Aurelius remained committed to his Stoic beliefs. His writings reflect his efforts to maintain equanimity in the face of adversity and to strive for wisdom and virtue despite the trials of life. His philosophical writings offer a unique insight into the mind of a Roman emperor and continue to inspire many today. Marcus Aurelius, the Philosopher-King, remains a beacon of Stoic philosophy, his life and rule a testament to the power of wisdom, virtue, and resilience. Marcus Aurelius's reign was not without its trials, the greatest of which were war and plague. Amidst these challenges, the Marcomannic Wars and the Antonine Plague stood out, casting a long shadow over the Roman Empire. The Marcomannic Wars, a series of brutal conflicts, were triggered by the Germanic and Sarmatian tribes' invasions. From the year 166 to 180, these wars raged along the Danube River, the empire's northern frontier. Marcus Aurelius, despite having no military experience, led his troops with bravery and strategic prowess. He showed an exceptional ability to adapt to circumstances, often turning the tide of battle in favor of his legions. These wars, although draining the empire's resources, ultimately strengthened its defenses and forged a stronger sense of unity among the Roman people. At the same time, the empire was stricken by the Antonine Plague, a devastating pandemic that swept across the Roman lands and claimed the lives of millions. This mysterious illness, thought to have been smallpox or measles, was brought back to the empire by soldiers returning from the Marcomannic Wars. Marcus Aurelius, ever the Stoic philosopher-king, responded with a calm and composed demeanor. He mobilized the empire's resources, providing aid and relief to the afflicted, and even sold imperial possessions to raise funds for the sick and dying. Marcus Aurelius's handling of these crises exemplified his Stoic philosophy. He did not shy away from his responsibilities, nor did he allow himself to be consumed by despair. Instead, he faced these challenges head-on, with a firm belief in the virtues of duty, resilience, and the common good. His writings during this period, later compiled as Meditations, offer a vivid account of his inner thoughts and reflections, providing a unique glimpse into the mind of a philosopher-king amidst turmoil. Even in the face of crisis, Marcus Aurelius remained a steadfast and philosophical leader. His resilience in the face of adversity and his unwavering commitment to his people's welfare are testament to his enduring legacy as one of Rome's greatest emperors. In 180 CE, Marcus Aurelius's reign came to a tragic end. The philosopher-king, who had spent his life balancing the demands of the throne with his pursuit of wisdom, succumbed to the ravages of time and illness. His passing left an indelible void in the Roman Empire, a void that was to be filled by his son, Commodus. Commodus, unlike his father, had little interest in philosophy or the Stoic ideals that had guided Marcus Aurelius. He was a man of action, more inclined towards the gladiatorial games than the governance of an empire. This stark contrast in leadership style marked a significant shift in the Roman Empire's trajectory. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic philosopher-king, had ruled with wisdom and equanimity, striving for justice and the welfare of his people. Under his rule, the empire had prospered, despite the challenges of war and plague. He was a beacon of stability in a world fraught with uncertainty. With Commodus at the helm, however, the empire's fortunes began to wane. His rule was marked by extravagance and self-indulgence, with the emperor often participating in gladiatorial games for his own amusement. The Roman Senate, once a respected institution under Marcus Aurelius, found itself increasingly marginalized, its power usurped by the whims of a capricious emperor. The implications of this succession were far-reaching. It marked the beginning of a period of decline for the Roman Empire, a decline that would eventually lead to its fall. The virtues of Stoicism and wisdom, so central to Marcus Aurelius's rule, were replaced by excess and autocracy. The transition from Marcus Aurelius to Commodus serves as a poignant reminder of the transient nature of power and the profound impact of leadership on the fate of an empire. The philosopher-king's death marked not just the end of his reign, but also the end of an era. With his death, the golden age of the Roman Empire, the Pax Romana, came to an end. Marcus Aurelius's reign, marked by wisdom, justice, and Stoic philosophy, was replaced by a period of decline under his son Commodus. The Roman Empire, once a beacon of stability and prosperity, began its inevitable descent into chaos and eventual collapse. Marcus Aurelius's influence extended far beyond his reign and continues to this day. His legacy, a tapestry woven with threads of leadership, philosophy, and Stoicism, is indelibly etched into the annals of history, shaping the Roman Empire and leaving a lasting impact on the world. He was a beacon of stability in a time of chaos, guiding the empire through wars and plagues. His rule demonstrated the power of a leader who was not just a commander but a philosopher, intertwining wisdom and governance in a way rarely seen. As a result, the Roman Empire flourished, setting a precedent for future rulers and inspiring a new paradigm of leadership. But Marcus Aurelius was not just a leader, he was a thinker. His philosophical writings, particularly his personal journal, Meditations, have been celebrated for centuries. The principles he expounds in this Stoic masterpiece, from the acceptance of fate to the pursuit of virtue, resonate deeply even today. His philosophical insights have been adopted by leaders, scholars, and laymen alike, serving as a guide to leading a balanced and fulfilled life. His influence spread beyond the borders of the Roman Empire, permeating the fabric of Western thought. His Stoic philosophy, underpinned by the pursuit of virtue and acceptance of fate, has been embraced by countless thinkers, shaping philosophical discourse to this day. Moreover, Marcus Aurelius's legacy isn't confined to philosophical circles. His principles of leadership have been adopted in modern management and governance models. His approach to leadership, grounded in wisdom, integrity, and compassion, has become a blueprint for effective and ethical leadership. His influence is pervasive, from the corridors of power to the quiet corners of a scholar's study, from the strategies of war generals to the ethics of business leaders. He has become a symbol of the Philosopher-King, the ideal ruler who combines wisdom with power, integrity with authority, and compassion with strength. Marcus Aurelius, the Philosopher-King, remains one of the most respected and influential figures in world history.